Buddy, it's your favorite real estate duo, Alex and Lauren, and we're back with another episode to help you become financially free. Today's topic is virtual wholesaling, and we're answering the question that's been on everybody's mind: do I tell the seller that we're wholesaling?
Virtual real estate wholesaling, huh? It sounds fancy and complicated, but it's actually a simple concept. The basics of wholesaling is when you find a property for a low price and resell that property to an end buyer or investor for a profit. And virtual wholesaling is doing the whole thing online without, most of the time, ever seeing the property, without ever meeting this investor, end buyer, or the seller. The internet is an amazing invention.
Now, back to the question at hand. Do we tell the seller that we're wholesaling this property? It's a tricky one because on the one hand, you do want to be honest. Honesty is always the best policy. But on the other hand, if the seller knows that you're going to be making a profit, they might try to jack up the price.
Before we give you our answer, what do you think is most important in your business? Making money or being honest? Let us know in the comments below.
So don't answer that just yet. Keep watching because we're going to give you our answer later on. And speaking of keep watching, you should definitely do that. In fact, let's make a game out of it. Every time that I say keep watching, you take a shot. Unless you're at work and it's before noon, then just take a sip of water. We don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Before noon? But seriously, keep watching because we're about to give you some insider tips on virtual wholesaling that'll blow your mind. So, do you tell the seller you're wholesaling the property? Our answer is, drum roll please, it depends. If you're dealing with a reasonable seller, it's best to be upfront and honest. Tell them that you're an investor and you're looking to make a profit. Because most of these properties are usually in pretty bad condition, most sellers are pretty understanding of the situation they're in. But if your seller is difficult, unreasonable, it might be better to keep your cards closer to your chest.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Alex and Lauren, you're contradicting yourself. And to that, we say, just keep watching. We're about to break it down for you and give you some real world scenarios to where you might want to play it either way. So we have a friend and he's just starting to do nationwide wholesaling, and he got this house in Nebraska under contract. They didn't end up telling the seller that they were going to wholesale it because originally they were going to buy it. But what they ended up doing was, this is a new market, so they don't know too much about it. So they're just going to, find somebody local that's going to flip it. Now, the seller just recently found out, they're about to close. They just found out that, our buddy is going to wholesale it, and she started freaking out. And, she wants to cancel the contract, but luckily, they had an agent because in Nebraska, you have to have an agent represent you on both sides. The agent told her that, even if she were to list it on market, the cash price that our friend was going to give her was actually more than, after all the commissions and closing costs and everything. So a lot of times it's just in their mind that they think that you're, possibly taking advantage of them just because they don't understand the process. Now, what I like to do is when we're talking to a seller, and like you mentioned, Lauren, that they're reasonable, I'll tell them, hey, we're looking at this to purchase, but if it doesn't work for me, I may end up selling this to my partner or one of my other partners. Is it okay if I make a profit on this property? This is our business model. And most of the time, because you're helping them out of a situation, they're totally cool with it. So it's really up to you on when you should tell them. I do like to tell them, but like Lauren mentioned, if they're really difficult, then adding some of the nuances of the whole transaction may just kind of cloud their judgment as far as them selling the property.
Yeah, and I mean, another example, Alex had a property he was working with a seller who was a bit unreasonable. And I mean, how long was the process of getting her into contract? A year, 2 maybe?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, by the time she was ready to sell and get rid of the property, the market had totally flipped upside down. So all the cash price that she was going to make on the deal originally, because she kept dragging her feet and being difficult and shopping it out to other investors and wasting all this time, she lost all the profit for herself as well. And we did end up taking over the property, but she really didn't walk away with anything in her pocket. And after all that time, I think you made like $2,500, if even that, which was then split. So, you know, sometimes especially if you're in this business to truly help people, like I think we are, sometimes trying to explain to them, you know, how the market works and how these situations can unfold. And, you know, it's tough. As an indecisive person myself, it is tough. But sometimes if you can talk your seller into making this transaction happen, they understand you're doing a service, so you're going to make a little something on top. That's the best route to go.
Absolutely. So let's recap. Wholesaling is a simple concept where you buy low and you sell high. Virtual wholesaling is doing it all online.
If you're liking this video so far, make sure you hit that like button and leave us a comment. We want to hear your thoughts on virtual wholesaling. Oh, and don't forget to share this video and our channel with your friends. They'll thank you later.
Also, follow us on Instagram, Lauren Barnett Real Estate, Alex Barnett Real Estate. If you guys have any questions, DM us. And last but not least, if you like this video, click on this other video right here.
Do that
Amazing.
again. So just do one more.
And last but not least, if you like this video, last but not least, if you like
Sorry.
and last but not least, if you like this video, click on this video right here.